So I am starting to ride from Fort Tuthill this morning, but we've got the jumps closed because they've been doing some work on them, it looks like. But I am here for trails today, not the jump lines. You might notice I am on my hardtail again after not riding it for about 6 months. Needed a new rear rotor and I was just procrastinating for a while before I finally replaced it. And anytime something needs to be replaced on my bikes, I always try to upgrade it as well if I can. So I now have Shimano SLX levers and 4-piston calipers with the Ice Tech rotors, and I upgraded those from 160 mil to 180. Then my rear wheel had a couple of bent spokes, so that's been completely relaced as well. And the upgrade I'm probably most excited about, I swapped out the stock RockShox Judy fork for a Fox 34 factory. And the new fork is 140 mil instead of the stock 120 that I had. And finally I put some new tires on here. I actually downsized from 2.8s to 2.6s for a little higher rolling speed. And then I switched from Minion DHRs to Dissectors, both front and rear. So the plan today is to ride out to Rogers Lake and kind of test everything out. I just got the bike back from the shop about 5 days ago, so I've done a couple shorter rides. But this will be the first long one, really getting a good test of everything. Alright, here's Rogers Lake. Yeah, definitely liking the new tires so far. Noticeably faster rolling speed, but not much difference in traction. Alright, getting towards the end of the flat stuff and about to start the steeper climb. Also known as the fun part when you're coming downhill. Yeah, there's not really anything too special on this trail, no crazy features or anything. Just a nice mellow blue trail. A little techy in some spots, but pretty flowy for the most part. It was just one of the very first trails I rode after moving out here, and I fell in love with it, so I come back out here all the time. Especially after making changes to the bike when I want to test stuff out, because I know the trail pretty well. Nope. Oh. I think I've made that like twice before. That's a fun line coming back down too. Just stay inside and go right over the high side of the rock. Coming up to one more flat, flowier section before the final climb. And then I think that final climb is the shortest but the steepest. So you still got to save a little breath for it. Here's that final tough little climb. And now it starts to flatten out up here, and there's still about another half mile of this trail down to the Gold Digger Loop. But this is where I like to stop and turn around, because from here it's just flat and pedally. So this is where we'll take a break, and then it's time for the downhill. Well, I just noticed while I was taking my break that one of the wind muffs came off my GoPro mics. So I apologize if there's some extra wind noise in this video. I'll have to put a new one on when I get home. But now let's have some fun. Woo! That's that high line over the rock I was talking about on the climb up. Ooh, definitely like these tires. Brakes are feeling great too. It feels like I have to pull the lever further before it starts to engage, but then once it does, there's definitely more power. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
have a good one. Now I'm debating if I wanted to finish with that first section of Soldier's Trail that I climbed up, or cut over to Sergeant Swoop so I can hit some jumps. All right, back to the loop. Hey there. No problem, have a good one. All right, I decided I am gonna detour over to Sergeant Swoop before I head home. Here it is. Always a great way to finish a ride. Yeah, I am loving all the upgrades on this bike.